Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and today I have for you my January book haul. So I picked up a couple books that I have already read and pre-ordered one book, borrowed a book from a friend, and then I've got a couple other books that just kind of jumped out at me on the shelves of my used bookstore. So to start with the books that I have read, I picked up a paperback copy of The Martian by Andy Weir. I found this in just really good condition at my used bookstore and really enjoyed the book. I do own it on Audible, but I figure if I want to revisit the story again, it would be nice to do it in the physical format just to get a little different take on the story and just from a different format. So I've got this one. And then the other book that I have read that I picked up was A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. This book, both of these were actually books I bought on Audible last year and gave 4 stars, and so I just really wanted to have this book on my shelf because I thought it was a really cute book. And again, if I do want to revisit it, I would like to read it in a physical format instead of listen to it this time, and I would also really like to watch the movie. I think Frederick Bachman is becoming one of my favorite authors, and I would like to read more of his books. I did read Britt Marie Was Here last year, and so now I am just kind of on the lookout for other books of his. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know down in the comments. It seems like Beartown is another pretty popular one, and my grandmother wants me to tell you she's sorry or something like that is another title of his, I believe. So I know of those two, but if you know of any others, do let me know down in the comments below. And then the one book that I have on loan right now from a friend is the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I've heard some mixed reviews on this book. My friend that I borrowed it from really likes it, but then I also have another friend here on BookTube who didn't really like the format of it so much, so she didn't enjoy the story quite as much as she had hoped. I actually do like stories that are formatted in and told in letter format, so I'm hoping I'll have a little different experience than Darshell, but instead of buying the book, I wanted to make sure I would like it first. So I mentioned it to my friend and she said she had it and said I could borrow it, so this is great. I also really want to watch the movie, which is big reason why I want to pick this up. So this will be up next, or pretty close to next for me at least. And then into the books that we'll go with the book I pre-ordered first, and then the other 4 are from my used bookstore. So I have the 4th book in the Wayward Children series by Sean Maguire. This is In an Absent Dream. So far I have only read Every Heart or Doorway, but I do plan to pick up probably these 3 or maybe just the next 2 for this year. I'm kind of stretching it out because I've heard this is supposed to be a somewhat long series, and if she keeps coming out with just one a year, I don't want to have too much wait time in between the books. So this is the next one, and it's just a stunning cover like the other ones. It's also quite short, and I'm not entirely sure which set of characters this one is going to follow. Oh, it looks like it follows Lundy, who I believe, I thought Lundy was the teacher in the first book, but now I'm not remembering. But anyway, her story is that she finds a doorway to a world founded on logic and reason, riddles and lies, and she thinks she found her paradise. So it kind of takes place at a goblin market. So that sounds like a really fun story. So the first book on my list that I haven't read yet is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I read The Goldfinch 2 years ago, I want to say now, and really enjoyed it. So I have heard some good things about The Secret History and would love to pick it up soon. I actually think I had it on loan from my library, but I wasn't ready to listen to it at that point. I think I might listen to this one just because I did listen to The Goldfinch and really enjoyed it in that format, but I also wanted a hard copy format of my own. I think all I know is this takes place in a school. That's pretty much all I know about it, and I think I want to go into this not knowing a whole lot, just so I can enjoy the story more and not anticipate things that are supposed to happen. The next book I picked up was on the same table as The Secret History, and this one is based in, I think it's in Washington, at least it's in the Pacific Northwest, but that is The Last Town on Earth by Thomas Mullen. And it's based off true happenings, I think, but basically it takes place in a small mill town, and World War I is going on. There's also influenza, and the town decides to vote to quarantine itself. So you have guards posted along the road. There's one road leading into this town, and we follow this character named Philip, who it looks like an ill soldier an ill soldier presents himself, and I think Philip is the one who kind of has to decide if he's going to let this person into their sanctuary or not. So yeah, it is based or inspired by a little-known historical footnote regarding towns that quarantined themselves during the 1918 epidemic. So that'll be really interesting to read, and especially because it is based around where I live. So it'll be nice to kind of hear from that point of view. And then the last two books I got, I've heard mixed reviews about the series as well, but I saw two of the books and I've been debating whether I should pick it up or not. So I did decide to pick it up, but that is The Red Queen and the Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. There are, I believe, 4 books in this series, so these are the first 2, and I figured this would be a good way to find out if I like the series or not, because they were so inexpensive being from my used bookstore. So we shall see. If I do like these first 2, I might see if I can find the last 2 on Book Outlet or something like that. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you all posted. And then the last little bit of this haul isn't a book, but it is book related. So my manager sent me a candle from an Etsy shop called Belle Vicence, and this is the sorting candle. So what's supposed to happen is when you burn this, it sorts you into your Hogwarts house. So it starts out just white. It's like a marshmallow or a vanilla scent. It's very sweet. But as it burns, I believe there's a color inside the candle that, I don't know if it's just like another layer of wax or what, but that whatever color it is, it will be your house that you're sorted into. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what mine turns out to be on Pottermore and basically every other sorting quiz you can take. I am always a Ravenclaw. He also got my coworker the same one. She also really likes Harry Potter, and she is a Gryffindor, and her candle was a Gryffindor. So I'm hoping mine is Ravenclaw, but it'll be fun to see. If not, I think I might burn this and do like an Instagram stories on it or something, so you all can experience it with me. But that is it for my little book haul. I hope you enjoyed and would love to chat with you down in the comments if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts were, and if you have any other recommendations for books similar to these. So please do leave that information down below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!